So rule number one to pattern matching, when it comes to pattern scale, when it comes to pattern type, you want to have differentiation. You want to change it up. What I mean by that is you don't want to have two patterns right next to each other that are specifically the same type and the same size. So in the case of this 4-pattern combination right here, notice how each of the patterns not only is a different type, but the sizing of those patterns is different. With the jacket, we see a Glen check. With the shirt, we see a thin stripe. With the necktie, we see a repeating geometric pattern. And with the pocket square, we see paisley. Now, the sizing issue becomes important when you have two similar patterns like stripes right next to each other. Very common in suit and shirt combinations. Now, the combination I'm showing you here, we don't really have a scale issue because each of the patterns are different. However, in a lot of classic men's clothing, in particular suits and shirts, we'll often see stripe patterns in both garments that are very close to scale. In this case, you want to avoid pairing these pattern combinations because when placed next to each other, they can give the illusion of movement and it can really throw off the look. In general, the most attractive, balanced looks are going to have small patterns next to larger ones. Rule number 2, pay attention to the colors. You want them to work with each other. You want them to match. Now, one of the easiest ways to make the colors work is to anchor with neutrals. Neutral colors like navy, gray, brown, white, black, these form the foundation of most men's clothing, and I would advise you, if you're just getting started, wear these colors in your largest pieces. Jackets, trousers, suiting, shirts, and shoes. Now, when it comes to accent colors, you want to understand the basics of the color wheel. Analogous colors are the colors on the color wheel that are next to each other. Mixing and matching these, you create harmony. Example, a navy jacket with a light blue shirt and a green tie. Our complementary colors are on the opposite side of the color wheel. These color combinations create bold contrasts. Example, a blue jacket with an orange pocket square. And FYI, these color combinations work best when that bold color is smaller. And again, with a larger piece like a jacket, you go with a neutral. Now, triadic colors are when you take 3 colors evenly spaced on the color wheel. Triadic color combinations in general are a bit more advanced, but they can come off as fun and playful. And FYI, this is exactly what I'm wearing right here. I've got the yellow, orange, and blue. And really quick, a hack here, whenever you're mixing and matching patterns, if you can find one color that is shared by each of the items, this is a really quick hack. Notice right here, I've got a blue in this, I have blue here, I have blue here, and the same blue in the jacket. Even though that color is tiny in a couple of my items, it's still there. And I know that color was chosen by the designer, and therefore I can use it to unify the entire combination. Now, if you're looking to level up your style, you really need to check out my free community over on School. I've set this community up so we've got free classes that you can make your way through step by step and learn the basic foundations of men's style. We actually have giveaways. In fact, this year alone, I've given away over $15,000 in gear that has accumulated here in my office, and I love sending it out to you guys free of charge. And I have to say, the men that are in this group are friggin' awesome. We've got a no a-hole policy. People treat each other with respect. And what we've managed to create in this community is a place where a man can come in and ask questions and get some solid advice. So gents, use the link in the description of today's video. Go check out our free communities on School. These are for you to become the man you know yourself to be. And finally, let's talk about hierarchy. When it comes to patterns, there is usually one that's going to dominate. This combination, yes, I know I've got 2, but I don't know, argue in the comments. Which one do you think is more dominant? I think it's the necktie, the pocket square I can kind of keep hidden. But my point here, my jacket, even though there is a check pattern on it, it is very muted. The shirt, again, is going to be 3 colors. We got 2 shades of blue along with a white. So on my 2 largest pieces, I've got nothing but classic neutrals. Not seeking attention, they're standing out maybe for the pattern, but really these 2 items right here are the star of the show. Where I see a lot of guys make a mistake is they're wearing too many bright pieces. They got a bright jacket, trying to match it with a bright shirt, maybe going with a bright necktie. Yeah, that's too much. That's just over the top. And really quick, bonus point, texture. This further separates, notice right here, the shirt made from cotton, the tie made from silk, the jacket made from a wool. It's got a little bit of a smooth worsted finish to it. These different textures right here enable the patterns to further stand out from each other. Agree? Disagree? What did I miss? Guys, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, boom, you guys know I got you covered with more right here. Oh yeah, continue to watch it. Real Men, Real Style.